Sure.
I think the best thing right now, if you're a 49ers fan, the thing you have to be the most optimistic about is that Jimmy wasn't Kyle's guy. He never was. He never will be. He loathes working with Jimmy Garoppolo.
I think it's pretty clear. I think it's clear.
So, I mean, Bill Belichick just basically called him up, was like, hey, you want him? I need to get rid of him.
Yeah.
So he was never his guy. I think the best thing about this right now, if you're a Niners fan, is that Kyle's going to go get his guy, and he's going to have the full confidence in that player. And listen, I don't know if they're going to get it right or not. No one does, right? But I think for me, it's that the whole idea that Kyle is going to be going and getting the guy he wants, and he's going to have as much confidence in him and empower him as much as anybody, because he didn't really empower Jimmy Garoppolo. Not that he necessarily had the chance because he was hurt all the time, but he's going to have that opportunity to do that. For me, I think that guy is Zach Wilson because, and I like Michael Miller.
Here's the thing, though.
Earlier, Mike Shanahan was there.
Kyle believed in CJ. Kyle empowered CJ. Kyle believed in Mullins. Kyle empowered Mullins. I think from Jimmy's perspective, I'd love to talk to Jimmy like at a bar, unfiltered. Hey, Jimmy, what do you think of all that's going on? I'm not that high on Jimmy, but Jimmy could say stuff like, "Hey, man, Kyle thinks he's so great. Let's see how he does without me." I mean, I'm not saying I'm the greatest quarterback of all time, but his record without me is what it is. Let's see what he does without me. I love to hear Jimmy's side of the story. It would be quite entertaining.
Honestly, that would be one of the more fascinating people to talk to in all the building right now. Oh, let's read the comment. All right. Bet Kyle drafts Zach Wilson. Why would they only show up to Wilson's pro day and get a trade done during his pro day? It only makes sense that the Jets gave them intel that they aren't after Wilson. Why would the Jets be that generous, though? It's not Saleh's team. It's Joe Douglas's team. That everyone's been saying, oh, Robert Saleh, he doesn't have as much pool as Kyle Shanahan does. I mean, hey, Joe Douglas.
Let me just tell you what we're doing real quick, because we're boys, because we're homies, because we're bros. I don't know. Maybe the NFL works like that.
And listen, that might be the situation if they're not drafting a quarterback. But if they're drafting a quarterback, well, why would they ever let the 49ers know what they're doing? That would be stupid. So, yeah, I think Zach Wilson's going to be the guy for them, honestly, because, I think it's not even about the timing of it, because I think people overplay the pro day thing a little bit much. I think, quite honestly, it's just we only have that this year. We don't have the combine. We don't have all this other stuff that we would normally have in a normal year. So, maybe the timing of it is strange because it's the day of the pro day. But I also think, listen, this is the offer they would have given for Deshaun Watson, this or maybe close to this. So I think it was a matter of narrowing down the options and getting to the point where, and maybe you're right, maybe they are panicking a little bit. I think it is a little bit of a panic move, but at the same time, how many more options would they have going forward to go and get
That's a good point.
That's the thing.
That's a good point. But that I can come back to, okay, if this was the offer they were going to make for Watson, and they turn around and trade it for the number 3 pick, who is comparable to Watson in their eyes? Mac Jones? No. Mac Jones is nothing like Deshaun Watson. So they must feel that one of Fields or Lance could become that type of high ceiling player under Shanahan with a year on the bench. Hey, man, good luck, dude, because you might be playing yourself, man. We'll see.
Oh, and I hear you on that. You could, and listen, all of this rides on the quarterback. But here's the thing I will say. The thing I'm really, really excited about is next year they can go and spend $15 million in free agency on a pass rusher or a great corner or an offensive lineman. They can go and build one of the best rosters that they've had in recent history if they do it right. Now, I'm not saying they will do it right, but they're certainly going to have the opportunity to build like a ridiculously stacked roster, even more than they have right now.
No, I feel like... Last thing before I let you go. People are talking like, well, maybe they don't take a quarterback. Maybe they could take Penei Sewell. And look, I'd be cool to take Penei Sewell, but you can't trade multiple assets for an offensive tackle. The reason I was more into trading Bosa 1-for-1 for the number 3 pick is I don't want to trade 4 assets for one. That puts a lot of pressure on that one kid. And you know what I mean? What if he doesn't work out? Now I'm fired. And you want to turn 1 asset into 3, not 3 into 1. So if the Niners, if this doesn't work out, they could look at, well, maybe you could have traded Kittle. Maybe you could have traded Bosa, something like that.